all through this playoffs, all I could hear was Hank Williams singing, "Are you ready for some football?" This had to be the most amazing playoffs, postseason that I have ever seen. Every game was a nail biter. But to cap it all off with the Bengals defeat of KC in Arrowhead, that has to be the cherry on top. I mean, the Bills KC game was unbelievable, but I kind of anticipated that. I really did anticipate the Bengals being able to beat KC. And this is what made it that much more exciting. I forgot to put my pen away. I'm so excited talking about this game. The beauty of football is many. Is a myriad of reasons why you love football. But this underdog status that Joe Cool had and the Bengals team had coming in and to pull off this victory to go to Super Bowl, this is at the top of the list why the NFL is the greatest sport on earth and why so many people, and me especially, are so passionate about it. 21-3, I thought it was going to be a snooze. I was like, man, I thought it was going to be at least a little closer. Felt like blowout was ready to happen. Kelsey, Hardman, Hill, Mahomes, they were shooting on all cylinders. Defense was stifling the Bengals. I was like, oh, man, maybe this is going to be the one, lemon of the bunch. Save the best for last. Screenplay late in the second quarter. Comeback 21-10. Then Chiefs came back firing down to the goal line. 5 seconds left. You'd figure, kick the field goal. But they decide to go for it. I'm like, man, they get this touchdown. It's the nail in the coffin. And the Bengals just had the perfect defense. And Mahomes made a knucklehead play. And it turned the whole game on its head. Still, I did not think the Bengals were going to have the firepower to do it. Came out in the second half. Bengals defense looked a little stiffer, but they came out and they could only put 3 on. And it ended up being 21-13 at that point. I'm like, all right, well, it's getting close. KC, as soon as they get the ball, I'm like, all right, they're going to go down, put at least 3 on, or whatever the case may be. And then there was the pick. All the talk about not having postseason picks and all this. And it was a terrible pick. And it turned the game around. Bengals go up 19-21. And then have the audacity to go for the 2-point conversion and get it. It's 21-21. I'm like, oh, man. Is this really going to happen? To me, Joe Burrow, I did studies of him in the offseason, did some podcasts. Loved him going into the draft. Loved watching him his final year in college with LSU. And I never expected this, man. I did the all-season study. I'm like, this kid had a great season. How much he had to carry, But I was still concerned about the offensive line. And then I was a little concerned about them getting Jamar Chase over the offensive lineman. But then I changed my mind. I said, you know what? I can kind of see what they're doing here. They had such a good draft. There was picks in the back end. They were like, all right, this is going to kind of pan out. All right, I kind of see what they're doing here. I'm not sure if it's going to work out, but I could see a plan. And the plan worked to perfection. Jamar Chase was the perfect pick. Him and Joe Burrow, I believe I saw a picture of their 2 fathers smoking a cigarette after the game. This is classic, awesome stuff for football. It just makes me really want to root for the team. I even did a video of Joe Burrow's movement skills, a music video to his movement skills. Wasn't sure if they were going to come back, but you saw in this game they did. But then Burrow comes back and throws the pick. I'm like, oh, Joe, no. Then the Bengals just held strong. Burrow came back, had that breakaway run for the first big play, escape, I believe. There's a couple of big escapes that day. I'm trying to remember exactly. Then they got to the point, I'm like, oh, man, I think they needed that touchdown. And they kicked the 52-yarder. and Mahomes comes back, and they drive down the field. I'm like, oh, they got down to the goal line. I'm like, this is over, this is over. And the Bengals defense showed so much. It was a Hubbard shooting out like a bullet out of a gun to sack Mahomes. I couldn't believe it. The fumble. I was like, oh, they got to get the fumble. And then they got the coin toss, and they got the ball first. And I saw Joe get a little upset, and I started getting a little upset. I like KC, but I've been a Joe fan, and I guess ostensibly through the Bengals themselves. I really, at that point, I was invested emotionally. And then Mahomes came back, and he had been looking off for a while, missing easy passes. And I remember during the middle part of that game, there was like arguments going on between Hardman and Hill. Like that Mahomes was like forcing the ball to Hill, and this is how it played out. That pick was terrible. It was forced in there, and the Bengals made the play, and then the rest was history. It was Mixon just really pounding that ball out dry. You could see the life just leaving KC. And Joe made that nice, it was like a small, skinny post for the first down. And, man, Bengals and the Bengals fans, they turned this thing around in 2 years after drafting Burrow. And this just goes to show you, I'm a Dolphins fan. So I'm constantly in the rebuild. We're going to need 3 years. It goes to show you when you get the right quarterback, and he's the special quarterback. You could put him right up there with all the list of all these elite quarterbacks, Allen, Mahomes, these young guys. He's right, and I think because of his ability to manage the game, negotiate the game, navigate through all these things cerebrally, I think he could end up being the best of the bunch. Because right now, his team is still not stocked with talent. You look at Allen's team, you look at Mahomes' team, there's more talent there, quote unquote. They haven't finished building this kid an offensive line. What's going to happen when this kid gets an offensive line? So anyway, they kick the field goal, win the game, and Joe Cool is going to the Super Bowl. And this is a huge thing for Bengals fans. But this says a lot to all those teams out there who don't have anything. They're waiting. They're on a 17th rebuild. We got to wait. It can get done. You get the right quarterback. You get the right people around there. You make the right picks, and things can happen fast, real fast. So Bengals fans, Joe Cool fans, Joe Burrow, man, you are the man. I got to think about whether you can beat the Rams. I right off the bat, I'm like, I don't think so. But after this game, really anything is possible. I was just so impressed. I had so much enjoyment. KC had a great run. Shout out to KC and KC fans. They hit the skids early and pulled themselves out and were on the edge of going to 3 straight Super Bowls. 4 conference games is nothing to sneeze at. So it was one amazing game. Definitely, for me, the best playoff in totality that I have ever seen in my 42 years of watching football. It's an amazing future for NFL fans because with all these quarterbacks and a lot of teams are really building the right way, exciting football is going to keep happening. I don't know if they can repeat this playoff experience. This was something great to be alive and to live through. Anyway, this is Curtis saying thank you for staying to the end. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Comments mean the most. I want to hear from you from Bengals fans. You guys definitely have stuck the landing. You could say stuck the landing. I wish my Dolphins could sort of stick the landing. We'll see. It's still early. Anyway, to say please like, comment, and subscribe. Comments mean the most, but subscribes and likes help us with the Google overlords. Keeps us in business. So I like that too. This is Curtis saying congratulations to KC. It was a good season, but even more congratulations, way more congratulations to a Bengals franchise that was mocked for decades now, and they've turned it around, and they're going to the big show, and they got a quarterback who's going to take them there probably for many times in the years to come. Curtis saying thank you for staying to the end. Catch you next time, and be well. Start building your own online sportsbook today by getting signed up with acebread.com service that'll allow you to book action on sports from all around the world.